I was really eager to put forward a victim's right to review, knowing full well that my case couldn't be reopened, but I felt it was so unjust and such an erroneous decision that I was like, I'm going to continue pushing for this. It's just wrong. This needs to be reviewed. It's utter nonsense. And so I decided to put forward that request, but only after I'd managed to get a subject access request through the police and the CPS. I was able to kind of collate as much evidence as possible, including the sleep reports. That was my main aim, to get those before I put the VRR forward. However, as much as I did get them, there was a significant amount that was quite heavily redacted. There was full pages of A4 with just complete black squares on that I couldn't obviously read. And yeah, a lot of it was, I think, like defense statement based elements that were kind of blocked out. But I could allude at that point that it was based heavily on his statement. It was his kind of line of events as to what happened that evening, which was incredibly troubling and just unfathomable that they spoke to him but didn't really speak to me about my sleep. Again, it's just unfathomable and hard to process.
It's inconceivable, actually, Jade. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact so many people signed off on that decision without questioning if that is even sound, to have a 15, 16 item questionnaire and to assess you and diagnose you when they've never met you. I find that absolutely unfathomable. Not just that one person thought it, but that multiple people who were very senior all signed off on it and they did not query it or question it. That is absolutely unbelievable to me. And it just shows a groupthink dynamic that should be challenged. I mean, this is where victims need legal advice early on, isn't it? Where you need an advocate, where even at the point where you're being told they need to do this questionnaire and you're just being open to it because you just don't want to hold up the process, you're saying yes. Well, actually, is that appropriate? And that's what a legal expert should be advising you. He has legal advice, right?
Mm.
And what you're telling me, and of course, I've seen this so many times, his narrative is weighted far higher than yours. And that, again, is unacceptable, that just on his say-so, that it's believed.